Ian was born at his family's home on the 17th of June 1961. He had two older sisters, Susan and Janice. Susan died in childhood, and later, two nieces and a nephew. He left home shortly after he left school and lived in a number of different places during the remainder of his life, but primarily in Nottingham, London, Manchester and Birmingham. During his early teen years, Ian had several holidays in Spain with his parents. These, together with the beach holidays at Skegness when he was younger, made a seaside and sun lover of him, and his last holiday in June 1991 was spent in Bournemouth with a group of gay friends. I first met Ian in January 1990 when I'd been invited to a meeting of Birmingham Body Positive, so members, those whom I didn't already know, could meet me as the group's first paid employee-to-be. It being a rather small room with not much furniture, Ian was sharing a beanbag with his partner. He was in fact snuggled very close to said partner and appeared to be trying to hide, as if he were either frightened or painfully shy. I had met his then partner, also named Ian, in December 1988 during various fundraising activities related to World AIDS Day, but I didn't know him very well. When it came time for introductions of the people new to me, someone introduced Ian as Little Ian, ostensibly to distinguish him from his partner, who was referred to as Big Ian, he being much taller and of larger build. Little Ian poked his face around Big Ian when introduced and voiced a hardly audible "Hi." I'd gone to the meeting directly from work at my previous job and must have looked rather out of place, if not prim and proper, dressed in a skirt, frilly blouse and blazer, and sat amid mostly denim-clad gay men. There was one heterosexual couple and one other straight woman present. One of the members had brought 2 bottles of wine to celebrate the occasion, but had neglected to bring a corkscrew as well. The bottles were presented to me with great flourish and the challenge: see if you can get these open and we'll know if you've hired the right person. Thanks to a folding scissors and a nail file, produced from what later became notorious as Ma Bear's bottomless bag, I did manage to open both bottles, not, however, without showering my entire front with claret, to great guffaws of laughter from all assembled. Ian was diagnosed with AIDS in the summer of 1989 when he was hospitalised ill with PCP. The hospital staff handled it badly, frightening him terribly, with the only good thing being that they put him in touch with frontliners. For a long time after discharge, he floundered emotionally, convinced his death was imminent, until he more or less stumbled onto some understanding friends and acquaintances better informed about HIV than he, who got him involved with Birmingham Body Positive. He took to the group like the proverbial duck to water and became one of its success stories. During the time that Ian was a member of BBP, he introduced many others to the organisation and set a credible example of how to live with HIV. From being fearful and dependent emotionally and unable to manage either money or any of the practical affairs of his own life, he grew to taking up residence in a flat of his own, his first and only, which he totally redecorated, and eventually to being part of a panel presentation on living with HIV before a conference of hundreds of social workers. We held hands under the table all during that damn presentation. He entertained friends for dinner, went on short trips, saved from his benefits income to buy gifts for his parents, including a TV, curtains and a washing machine. All in all, he learned to get on with the business of living and enjoying it. Like most people, Ian hated being ill or feeling ill, and because he was fiercely independent at heart, he dreaded becoming physically dependent upon anyone for care or help. However, in August 1991, after a long hospitalisation for illness, Ian gave up his flat in Birmingham and moved home to live with his parents. Early in 1992, he began to lose weight and to have visual problems caused by CMV infection. Ian worried a lot about his mother's reactions and concerns about the effects of his various HIV-related illnesses and did not like to see her upset. A few days before he died at Mansfield General Hospital, he seemed to sense that the effects of CMV and HIV were shortly going to take their final toll, and he was quite determined that he was going to get well enough to be discharged home to snuff it in his own bed. He also wanted to help celebrate his mum's 60th birthday, a fortnight hence. However, Ian died quietly in his sleep at 6 a.m. on Sunday the 5th of April 1992, alone. In the end, I think he chose to do so because me mam, as he always called her, would not fuss over him and become upset.